So over the last week, I decided to go through and just do one final push through the house to see what else was left to declutter. And I was actually surprised at how much I still had left to actually let go of. In this cabinet here, it actually had been working out really good, but what I didn't take into account was all of the home canned food that I do. I do a lot of my own canning. So when those cans are used and then washed, they end up right in the Cupware because we also drink out of them. So I had to figure out what I wanted to do with some of the extra jars and just keep in there what we're actually going to use to drink. What I decided to do was just put in a few into the other cabinet. My canner holds about 7 of the large jars at a time. So if I can keep 6 or 7 in there at all times, that way if I want to do a batch of quick broth, I can easily access all the jars. So hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jen, and in the last year, I have completely decluttered my home from top to bottom, and we got out a massive amount of stuff. My whole goal right now is just to kind of go into the new year as clutter-free as possible, so that's what I'm trying to do. What I found that taking my time through this process has really allowed me to figure out the best places in the house possible for different things. If I find that things are lying around, I then have to come up with a system to find a home for those items. You're going to see in a little while, I had a small area on one of the countertops where I was keeping all of the lids for the jars. Sometimes right there, you'll see the lids, and I had to figure out a place to put those to get them off of the counters. So I just made some more space in that cabinet with the cups, and I put them in there. Now I always have a place to look for them and to go when I need them. I also just wanted to take another quick look through all of the drawers to see if there was any little bits and bobs that could come out. And what I decided to do was take all of my canning items and put those into a small container in the basement where I have all of my canning supplies. That way, when I want to do a project, I can just go down, take that small container upstairs. I don't have to always keep those in the drawers because I'm not using them every day. So it just makes a little bit more room in the drawers for the items that we use, and it makes it easier to see exactly what we have and to get to everything. So with that can opener, I actually had that one wasn't really working that good, so I had another one in the basement. I had pulled that one up and they were both in the drawers. I was trying to just keep using it, even though when I started using the new one, it was so smooth to open the jars. I was like, I don't even know why I'm keeping this old one. I'm just going to get rid of it because there's no sense of keeping two, especially if one isn't working. And I also find it really helpful just to kind of touch everything as you go and make sure that it all still works, they all have the right pieces, and that you actually still want everything. Sometimes I feel like when you look in a drawer, you might see everything and just kind of glaze over it. That way it just does help to pick everything up and make sure that you still need it. This area here is where I keep all of my cookbooks on the top. The bottom is probably still something that I have to go through, but I've been slowly been able to get rid of a lot of the cookbooks over the last year. I also used to have like a magazine obsession, so most of the magazines in my house are gone. I just have some work-related ones that I'm unsure of if I want to keep or not, but it's been really nice to be able to let go of a lot of the cookbooks that I'm no longer using. I go through, if I see a lot of different ingredients in the cookbooks that I don't use, I know that I can just let go of it. I also went to do some meal planning a couple weeks ago, and I found when I looked in some of those cookbooks that there was no recipes in there that I actually wanted to cook, so I've gotten rid of those. I don't think I'm ever going to be the type of minimalist to have a certain number of items in my home. I definitely just want to have enough where it's comfortable, it's easy to maintain, and that's really all I'm looking for. There's 5 of us in the house at this point, so as far as dishes and things like that, I wanted to have enough for when they have friends over. I'm not worried about it. I run the dishwasher every night, so as long as we have enough to get through the day, we're usually good. Same thing with other items in the house. Like, I don't need there to only be a couple of cookbooks. If I use them all and I love them all, then I'm happy to have them. As long as I have, again, a container to hold them in and I don't exceed that container limit.
I got this boy on my mind. night that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me. And he keeps talking about everything that he likes, and I can't stop listening. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time, all the time. And my heart's beating fast when he's looking like that. Oh, his smile is killing me. It's the way that he moves and the way that he laughs, so I can't get enough.
So on this day, these are some of the items I was able to let go of. Again, the glasses, some of the cookbooks. I had donated all of our old outlet covers because we bought new ones, and I had promised myself over the summer that if I didn't use this food processor that I was going to let it go. I did list it on Facebook and it didn't sell, so I'm just going to donate it. I bought some new cloths from Maker's Clean. I have several of them already, but I had ordered some new ones, so I figured it was time to go through and get rid of some of my old towels. Now, I do use these on a regular basis, probably every day. Every time I wash produce, when I get home from the grocery store, I lay them out on the towels to dry. We use them to dry our hands, so I change them out every day. And the cloths, the same thing. I clean the countertops. I clean everything with these cloths. But what I decided to do was, since I bought a bunch of new ones, then I was going to use the older ones that are a little bit crappy, and I figured I would just use those for the bathroom, and all the new ones I would use in the kitchen and the rest of the house. But I wanted to get rid of any of the towels that were kind of, like when you wash them so many times, they get kind of like misshaped. And then any of the towels that had any like embroidery or anything else on them, I just wanted to let go of those. I was looking for some thicker hand towels, and I really like the towels from Maker's Clean as far as like the dishwashing towels that you can lay out. They're really absorbent, and they just are very nice overall. So I ordered the same ones, but in a hand towel. I'm going to use them both in the kitchen and in the bathroom. If they hold up well like the other ones do, I'll probably order some more, but we'll see.
Watch me under the light, so keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night. You can call it what you want, I got something else in mind. Oh, if it's you I've been waiting for, I better make you worth my time. So don't you pay them any mind, close your eyes, follow the sound. Keep it coming through the night, we don't need to slow down. Take it all, I'll give you what you need. If you stay with me, I'll love you in the dark. So shine on, don't lose your spark. Show me what you got. Let your colors burn, let your colors burn now.
So that's what the drawer looks like now. And then these are some of the towels that, again, I'm going to move into the bathroom, and I'm also going to donate some of the other ones. This is under the sink. It's pretty well organized. One of you actually gave me the suggestion of turning those upside down. So I decided instead just to take off the door of the top one, and now it's just a lot easier to access. I have been dreading this project and putting it off for quite a while now. In this bin is all first aid supplies. And as you're going to see, I could not even open the drawers anymore. They were so heavy and so full. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I had gotten into prepping during 2020, during the pandemic. And I'm also a critical care nurse, so I just felt like it was really important to have a lot of first aid supplies. Obviously, I went overboard. So now I'm trying to just condense them through. The other thing was I didn't want this in the entryway anymore. I moved the whole container into the basement. Since I've cleaned so much of it out down there, I was able to find a really good space for this. I did get rid of some stuff, and I also moved some things into the bathroom, as you're going to see. but a lot of it is not stuff that's going to expire, and I do feel like it's good to have on hand. You never know what's going to happen. I have 3 boys, they have friends over all the time. I just feel like it's good to have some extra supplies if they're needed. And I do know how to use everything, so that's also very helpful. I'm not just going to throw it away. If you look to the left, you'll see that new vacuum. On Black Friday, our vacuum died. It just started making crazy noises and completely died. So I decided to look online, and thankfully I was able to find this Dyson for an incredible price. I guess it's a good thing that it died on Black Friday. It just worked out. But that is not still there. It's currently hanging on a wall in the basement, and it's just the best vacuum I've ever had. Look at the amount of stuff here. This is kind of insane. I do know that, but surprisingly, it all still has quite a while left on the expiration date, so I was very happy about that. So just by taking some things out of their containers, I made a lot of room that way. So that's all the stuff I'm going to throw away. I was thinking I was going to put the rest into 2 small bins that I wanted to keep in the bathroom, everything that I didn't keep in the container itself. But I think I might be able to get it down to just 1 container and utilize something that I already have in my bathroom closet. There's some more stuff I'm going to get rid of that I had in the bathroom closet. This bin, I think I should be able to fit into the closet because I want to move. We don't really use powder or anything anymore, so I think I can move that container of the powder out and just put that small bin in there. I cleaned out a couple of those bins there, and I was able to throw a few things in there. I just kept my makeup right there. And then there's the first aid bin. And I'm just going to throw those lotions out. They're old, we don't use them, and same thing with the powder. And then I found a couple more things. That hairspray is, or the dry shampoo is almost empty, and I'm going to get rid of the rest of that stuff. I picked this up on Amazon. It's such a great thing. You put it to the back of an appliance and then you can wrap up your cord. I can't get rid of this in the entryway. I need this in order to shred my mail right away so it doesn't cause a big pile on my counter, but this really does clean up the look. I've started making my middle son put away his own clothes and do his own laundry, so he has been doing that, but as you can see, his clothes are not put away, but whatever, that's up to him. If he wants to live out of a basket, he'll get tired of it eventually, but those are all clean clothes. And then I keep this in here for anything that he finds that doesn't fit, so I'm going to pull this out and we'll go through what we're going to be donating. So we've got a sweatshirt there, 3 pairs of jeans, another sweatshirt, about 6 or 7 shirts, a pair of pajamas, and a pair of sweatpants. And then I just found these 2 sweatshirts. I forgot. I just washed them. He said he didn't want them anymore. So we're going to add this to the bag. And these are from my younger son's room. He also has a box, and these are the things that we're donating. I also went through the Christmas items and found this under the stairs. This is something I had put away, obviously, last year. All like small Tupperwares that we weren't using. So for some reason, I put them into storage. I'm going to donate all of these. The only ones I'm going to keep are... Oh, now it's stuck to the tape. Are a couple of these that I have here because we're going to start sending my youngest to school with lunches instead of the school lunches. So I think these will come in handy for that. But all of this I'm going to donate. I would really like to just encourage you, if you do feel like you need to declutter in your home, please just start small. 5 and 10 minutes really do make a difference, and I promise you can get it all done. Thanks for watching. Bye.